Hey guys, how's it going? How are you? So I went on a date. I've had sex in a while, and I went on a date with somebody new. Don't laugh yet. I went on a date with somebody new, and I got to their house, and he didn't have anything on his walls at all. His walls were completely blank. And I was like, what do you do for fun? And he was like, oh, I go to work and come here. And I was like, well, these are my final moments, you know? And then we kissed, and he immediately pulled out a condom, and I was like, condom? You know, you didn't say anything about butt stuff. And and he was like, are you kidding? And I was like, sure. And then we got to his room, and he didn't have any sheets on his bed. And because I guess he just washed them. I don't guess, I know. He told me like 8 times. He's like, I just washed my sheets. And at first I was like, that's considerate. And then I saw them, and he's like, yeah, I washed them, and then I ironed them, and then I starched them, and then I folded them. And I was like, oh, now it's unsettling. And so we put his sheets on his bed. Both had to, you know, because the bottom sheet's tricky. And I was like, well, this is actually kind of cute, you know? It's like a team building experience, you know? This is nice. You know, it's like we're digging my grave together. This is so good, you know? It's a nice turquoise. My eyes are really gonna bring out my eyes when I'm rolled up in these things. I just want to mention too that I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 100 pounds over COVID. And thank you. Fuck you guys. In Portland, people don't clap or cheer in Portland. It's a 2-body positive. You know, they're like, fuck you. And that's okay. You know, they're like, we supported you before, not now, you treasonous bitch. And that's fine. It's okay. The only reason I brought it up, the point is that when we were putting those sheets on, and you know, what I was thinking was, you know, I just really hope I lost enough weight that they look for my body, you know? Because they don't look for everybody's body. If you're abroad, you got to check some boxes if you want them to look for your body, you know? You got to be white and born with a pussy, and then after that, they just go down to the precinct and they hold a picture of you up, and they're like, all right, boys, how many times would you jerk off to this photo? And that's the number of hours they look, you know? So, I'm hoping I'm looking good. That's all I'm saying. And so we go to have sex. We go to do it. And at this point, I should mention, I recently started taking Wellbutrin, very common antidepressant. And one of the side effects in a small group of people is that it can cause seizures. So I'm going to be seasoned, okay? I'm fine. I'm not moving around a lot now. I'm fine. You guys are fine. But I'm very soon in this story going to season it up. Okay, so we start having sex. He's behind me, you know, and he does this thing, and then he finishes, you know, and then he keeps going because it's dynamite, you know, and it's too good to stop. But then I start having a seizure. So I'm like, my muscles are contracting, and I'm like twisting around. My arms are reaching behind me. And he sees this, and he thinks he's killing it, you know? He's like, this bitch can't take it. It's too much for her. I'm too much. He wasn't, you know, but that's what he thought. And then I start making these sounds. He's like, ooh, these like a caribou, you know? These like, ooh, like, I don't want to turn you guys on, but like, ooh. This is like fucking big buck hunter's about to blow. Hey, you know he's probably thinking, I was like, there's no way she comes pretty. You know, there's no way she's a pretty comer. Because like, not everybody comes pretty. You know, not everybody comes pretty, not everybody cries pretty. I do both pretty, thank you very much. And you know how I know? It's because I fucking practice in front of the mirror. Practice both things. You can do that, gentlemen. You don't have to fucking look like that. Fucking try. Anyways, so I'm flopping around on his sheets, and his poor clean sheets. He was so worried about them. But I don't have any pants on. I don't have any underwear on. I'm full of semen. God, that feels weird to say. But the point is, my Snatch is just flinging cum just all over those sheets. It looks like my pussy's trying to start a food fight. It's just fucking mashed potatoes across the cafeteria, you know? And this guy, I said serial killer, but I meant autistic, you know? And he's like, my sheets! And no, I thought the light would start blinking at some point. That's when I'm supposed to get off. Anyways, okay, there it goes. All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you.